what's up guys? RyGo here from MACkite. So over the years, we've done a few videos now on fitness and kiteboarding, you know, what I do, what some of our friends do, and we had some requests for a kiteboarding specific workout routine. So I thought I would share my exact routine, why I'm doing the moves that I'm doing, and how they supplement kiteboarding. So let's dive into this one. So to kick this video off, when it comes to working out, I've done a ton of routines over the past, and I've always made a point to follow something specific and written out by a coach or somebody who their job was fitness. And following all of those basics, I think, is really important. I've done powerlifting, I've done just regular lifting, going to the gym with like moderate weights. And what I found over the years is calisthenics, where you're moving your body through space, they transfer over to the kite the best. And on top of it, they don't really take any equipment beyond like an $11 pair of rings off of Amazon or a cheap pull-up bar. And I found whenever I got really into routine, when I was dedicated to calisthenics, I noticed a vast improvement in my kiteboarding and my core strength, because you're moving your body as a cohesive unit. So you're using all of your muscles to move your body through space, which is the closest you can get to kiteboarding, opposed to moving an external like weight or trying to push something, which all that stuff is really good, and I think it is supplemental, and I'm still a huge fan. I've just found for me that calisthenics translate over. And on top of that, we should talk about what the goal is for a kiteboarding workout routine. And I think some of the key factors are endurance, injury prevention, and strength, just to do all of the basic tricks and spend time on the water having fun as long as possible. So if you follow the channel, you know I'm a huge believer in the fundamentals when it comes to everything, really. If you don't have the basics dialed, you're going nowhere. And for my routine, it really is actually pretty basic. Push-ups, pull-ups, dips, bodyweight squats, and I have incorporated more advanced things like single leg squats. I'm now working on hanging from the bar with one arm. And what I'll do is I'll usually just get warm by doing a quick jog or doing some bodyweight squats. And I'm not going to give numbers because we actually talked about this in the video with Chris Bowick, but everybody's different. Your numbers are going to look different than mine. What's important is getting fatigued, not pushing yourself too hard, stimulate, don't annihilate, and get better every workout. So I'll get warm with a run, some bodyweight squats, and then I'll hang from the bar and I'll just pull up my phone, pull up a stopwatch, and I'll try to do 3 sets of 60-second hangs. And the reason I do hangs is I want to strengthen my tendons, I want to strengthen my grip, and that comes down to just holding the bar. For freestyle, I think it's super valuable as well, just to have that grip strength, and that's going to translate right back to kiteboarding, as well as helping get your body warmed up for the workout that is to come. So then next, I will, to just rest my arms, move into some dips or some push-ups. And again, pretty straightforward. I'm just trying to do one more rep than last time, so I'll go use a dip bar. You can see I set one up on the beach here today, and I was just doing bodyweight dips. Sometimes I'll wear like a weighted vest. It just kind of depends. Sometimes I'll go higher rep. Endurance is an important thing to me, so I just want to be able to go as long as possible. And I do feel that balancing out the pull motion that I just did, and then I can also feel it kind of warming up my core and working everything. And on top of it, this only applies to freestylers, but when you're pulling the bar in and kind of pushing it down to your hip, I do find that doing dips helps a lot with the strength of just pushing the bar down to your hip. So if you're into handle passes, one of the few people out there who still do that, dips really do help. After dips, I will again balance it back out, and I will do my core. So I will do like some toes to bar. And the reason I do this is I want to have a strong core so that I can lift that board up for grabs. I can get small, because we've talked about this in a lot of videos, but for kiteboarding, getting small is key. You want to be able to get your knees into your chest. So whether you're doing back rolls, front rolls, kite loops, basically any trick, the smaller center of gravity you have, even board starts, the smaller your center of gravity, the more efficient you are at rotating. So I just want to maintain that strength to control the board. One other thing about the toes to bar, core strength is super important for kite loops. Been doing a lot of videos with guys like Ewan Jaspin, Sean Bennett, and one of the key things that I keep seeing when we're talking about trick tips for like kite loop, late back rolls and all that is you need to not let yourself get stretched out for some of these tricks and just have that core strength to control while you're experiencing the force of those kite loops to control the board. Next, I will move into standard pull-ups. And this is a back exercise. And again, I'm working my tendons, my ligaments, and I'm just trying to get strong and build up that endurance for kiteboarding. And then to balance out the pulling motion I just did, I will move on to a pike press or handstand. Sometimes if I'm like really sore or kind of worn down, I'll actually just go up to a wall and stand on my hands, and that really just gets the blood flowing, it gets my shoulders warm, and I will as well do like handstand push-ups assisted, like against a tree, against a wall, against my RV, just to try to, you know, hit that upward press motion to keep everything balanced out. And after that, I go back to chin-ups, and you know, your wrist like this, wrist facing you, and this works your biceps. And again, you're coming back to your arms, your tendons, you're still working your back, which you're using in kiting. And most importantly, you're engaging your core and you're learning to move your body through space. And what I'm getting at here is a lot of this comes down to body awareness and spatial awareness. And doing these moves, it really helps you develop that spatial awareness. So you're building up your tendons, you're building up your ligaments, you're building up your endurance. You are building muscle, which, by the way, the more muscle you have, the more injury proof you are. So muscles really do help protect you on impact. So you're able to fall more, you're able to try more. So another move that I'm a really big fan of is inverted rows. And what this is rather than the vertical motion from the pull-up, it's a horizontal move, and it works different parts of your back. And as well, this feels really close to kiteboarding. Again, if you're somebody who's into handle passes, this will really strengthen your arm muscles, your back muscles, and everything you need to get that bar in close. But even if you're not in handle passes and you're just doing free ride or you're doing kite loops, it's gonna build up your arm, your back, and again, help make you a little more injury proof. And one thing that I will do sometimes to spice this up if I'm not going crazy with the pull-ups is I will do like single arm rows just to increase the intensity and again make it a little more kite specific. So for your legs, this translates to your pop. Doesn't matter what your discipline is, you need to have strong legs so that you can pop off the water, and endurance is huge here. We've all had that session where you're out riding and your legs are just shot after like a million jumps or kite loops or whatever it is you're working on. Your core is shot, your legs are shot, your bum is shot. So back to that whole like working the body as a unit, when you're doing all of these things, your core is pretty much always engaged in a calisthenic move. And as well, when you're doing squats, and you can do bodyweight squats. Another move that I like to do is the Bulgarian split squat, or even just lunges. And the Bulgarian split squats where you put your leg like up on a table and you kind of do a single leg squat with the other leg balancing on the back. And my personal favorite is the pistol squat, and this is more of just a balance. I mean, I wouldn't say it's like a party trick. I think some people would say it's debatable if it's like a super functional move, but I find it useful. I know Chris Bobrick finds this one extremely useful. Actually, that guy will jump onto like a picnic table and land in a pistol squat. But what that does, again, you're strengthening your ligaments, your tendons, and you're getting better at balancing and just being more aware of moving your body through space. And I think that's really huge. But when it does come to legs, I will admit that I am a huge fan of weights. And at home, I actually had a squat rack set up. And even down here in Florida, we do have a membership for a gym, albeit I work outside probably 80% of the time. But I do like to get into the gym and just push some heavier weight because it is a little bit harder to progress on your legs, and you can definitely do it. But once you're knocking out single leg squats for high reps, it just feels good to start pushing some heavier weights. And that's actually really it. Sticking with the fundamentals, but focusing on the endurance and the building up of the tendons with like the single arm hangs and things like that, and just controlling your body through space. There are things that freestylers can do. There are a lot of cool videos online about guys, and I got a buddy who will hang up like a wakeboarding bar from his garage, and he'll like spin and hang upside down and do like inverted things like that. But my gut says most people watching this video aren't freestylers. It's not the most popular discipline out there, but if you want to see a video like that, let me know and I'll do a specific video on that and break down some of the things that you can do. But otherwise, this is just a general riding for everybody. Doesn't matter what your discipline is. This is what I do specifically to stay fit and ready for kiteboarding. So hey, if you guys enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and I will catch you next time.